What's up? So I'm kind of stuck right now because I just had this little epiphany or this little download while I was driving home from work, and I'm not gonna lie, it like when it came in, it was just like it made me stop and pause and think to myself like, wow, I didn't even think that. And then it's like once I realized what I was doing, I immediately kind of told myself like, okay, I gotta cut back, or I gotta at least stop. And I don't know why, but I was like, you know, I'm going to make a video about this because I feel like this is something I got to communicate. And then in the midst of me saying that, I think to myself now, because just because you think you got a great idea or you got something that sounds great that everyone needs to hear, it's not all the time. It's not for everybody. Sometimes God gives you messages and downloads just for you. Like, you know, you ain't got to share everything he gives you. So then immediately in my head, I start thinking to myself, like, you know what? I got to get confirmation first. I literally told myself I have to get some confirmation first. And then once I get a decent confirmation, then I'll deliver the message. And you know, it's so funny because I kind of like chuckle to myself inside my head, because when I say that, that means that that's going to give me an extra 4 to 5 business days until I got to put this video out. You know, that's just giving my lazy, you know, part of my lazy self just more time to bullshit. And ironically, as I said that, I think I turned down maybe 1 or 2 lights, and bada boom, bada bang, I had confirmation after confirmation. And then I seen something off in the distance, and what it was, another confirmation. And my spirit was just like, oh, no, you can't run from this one. And then in that instant, I was just like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I'll go ahead and communicate it. I'll try my best. And I kind of felt intimidated by it, because just that's part of the reason why I hold back when it comes to like speaking from my spirit, because I always want things to be in order. I want things to be right. I want to plan them. I want to like think it over and go back and revise it like it's an essay almost. And I'm starting to learn that my authentic self don't operate like that. My ego operates out of plans, out of strategy, out of just having everything from point A to point B. So that's like a positive thing when it comes to my ego, because that's how I maintain my adulthood, right? But then sometimes my ego gets in the way of my spirit. So when it comes to me being like my authentic self and just speaking from my soul, it just like, you kind of just gotta let it flow. You know, you can't force it at all. And then as soon as you start feeling like you're about to force a message, I kind of get irritated. I kind of get agitated, and that's how I know, oh, I'm forcing it. That's how I know I'm controlling it too much. I'm trying so hard. Like my damn brain nerves is about to go crazy. My brain cells is just going crazy because I'm trying too hard. You know? So then I was like, all right, whatever. When I get home, I'm going to deliver this message. But then at the same time, I wanted to cook. So first off, welcome home, welcome back home, or welcome to the vibrant storm, my lovelies. Welcome to the vibrant storm, sunshines. I don't know. I haven't came up with like a name yet. But I do know for a fact that this community over here, that this home over here is going to go far. So whether it's on this platform, another platform, or whether it's in spirit. So eventually we'll come up with a name or something, right? We'll do it together. We'll figure something out. But for the meantime, like I said, welcome home, welcome back. You know, I just wanted to do a check-in real quick and drop this message off. And I guess I'm gonna cook in the same sense. So that's what we're finna do, okay? I was gonna make Brussels sprouts, but I'm kind of feeling like spinach will work just fine too, and it cooks a lot faster. I got some organic spinach. gonna get to the message in a second. So I got some turkey gravy and some brown gravy. They're both organic, so this is gonna work. I got some brown gravy. So I wanted to do brown rice, but I think I ate it all. I usually do brown rice. I try not to eat like white rice as much unless it's like from fried rice or something. But I think I'm gonna go with the white rice, especially because it's only a little bit left, so I might as well finish it. And then same for fish. I don't eat fish very often. I've been cutting back on meat lately. I just haven't been craving it. And then when I do eat it, I won't finish it all, which is unlike me. But I also have been craving seafood more, and it's because I'm transitioning back into vegetarian. So it's like my body is kind of naturally just transitioning back into being vegetarian. So it's a process. But I do have some cod. I bought this at Target a while ago because it was on sale. And shit, I ain't gonna let it go to waste at this point. So yeah. So we got some rice and gravy. We got some spinach. We got some fish. And I feel like there's something missing. I want to make some cornbread, but I don't think I bought any. And I don't got anything to really make it from scratch. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't trust my baking skills that well to be making cornbread from scratch. I'm still working on how to cook, let's believe it or not. Yeah, there's just stuff, it's like food everywhere. It's too much. I'll just keep it simple with these 3 things, okay? Okay, so let's get into this message. So I already got my oven preheated, and so yes, I'm just gonna throw my fish in there. But that's what the box says to do. This should be an easy part. But let's get into this message, because this isn't a cooking video. And honestly, if you want to see more, of like the food, I guess the cooking type videos and talking, I have another channel that I want to use that channel for. So yeah. So let's get into this message. So it's been heavy on my mind lately about where I'm currently at within my spiritual journey, and then also where's this journey taking me, right? And then what happened to me in the car was that I had to pause and stop and think to myself. I said, am I leading this spiritual journey, or is this journey leading me? And then, you know, it didn't come out as smoothly, but it's see how the spirit is I'm just flowing with it. I'm gonna let it flow. So again, I'm gonna pose the question: am I leading this journey, or is this journey leading me? And then, you know, how I'm gonna speak from like how my pastor be talking. My pastor say, are you in control, or are you gonna let God control? And the reason why we say let God control is because you can act like he in control all you want, but if you really don't let him do what he gotta do, then I mean it's all fake now, right? Then it's all a delusion at this point. And then at this point you're someone who's just saying it and not actually living by it. And then you become what some people call a hypocrite, or you become what some people say is fake, or you become just like those people that you tried to run from, or you become just like those people that you try to tell everyone are bad people. You know, people that live in delusion and not really believing in this, you know? And honestly, I've been there. There's been times where I just was just like, I don't even, am I doing too much? It's just like, it's not even, there was maybe one time in my life where I questioned if God was real. God only had to show me about one time, and I was just like, oh, I ain't gonna play with him no more. Now he told me, he said, now you can go play with all them other guys you keep trying to figure out who they are, but don't play with me. And I was just like, yes sir, you ain't gotta tell me twice, master. I'm just joking, and I don't mean to really disrespect anybody else's religion and if they do follow other gods, because I do think there are, I don't think there's no God and no being that's like our God, right? I think we have qualities of him, and that's like this is a different topic and a different discussion, but at the same time, it's just like, respect him for who he is, and just acknowledge the fact. Once you acknowledge the fact that, okay, I respect him for who he is, I actually believe in him, then it's just like, are you really letting him control it, or are you really controlling the situation? And when I say the situation, I mean this whole spiritual journey. Oh, this is this side down. Okay. Make sure, I had to make sure they both said the same thing, because you never know. Okay. This thing says cook them for 30 to 40 minutes. I ain't know fish should take that long, but I'm in my business and do what the boss says. Yeah. But my question, and then you're probably like, okay, so Jada, how did you even, I still don't understand, how did you end up there? And I ended up there because I'm at a point now in my journey where I kind of feel I'm being pulled in two different directions. It's like, I'm like, when it comes to, and the reason why I feel like I'm being pulled in the two different directions is because the topic of money came up, right? And I had to go through this shedding of my ego. I had to go through this shedding of my shadow. I had to go through this ego shedding, and this shedding of my shadow a couple weeks ago, because I had this feeling, and then this uncomfortableness, like, around me and money. When I first was approached with the idea that part of the reason why me and money have, like, we don't work with each other, the part of the reason why me and money are never like this, and the part of the reason why I'm never getting money and never keeping money is because I had a bad relationship with money. So once me and money fixed our relationship, we all skipping, and we just like, dang, this is cool, you know, it's just a little something, but I can make it work now. Now it's starting to make sense. Now I'm starting to understand finance better. I'm starting to understand budget better. I'm starting to understand, because I actually know who the hell my authentic self is. I can stop wasting my money on trying to be like somebody. I can stop wasting my money on trying to eat like certain people, because it's just like, I don't eat like that no more. I don't have to spend my money on that shit no more. I don't dress like that no more. So now I can save a little bit more money, and then actually buy clothes that actually fit my personality. And it goes on, right? But then I felt like kind of disconnected from money. And I'm just giving y'all a quick background before I get into, like, the actual topic, right? I felt like this disconnect from money, because I'm just like, I woke up and I was just like, I don't really care about the money. And it sounds crazy as like, and it's just like, immediately I went from having a horrible relationship with money to having a great relationship with money to now me and money, like, you know, money looking like, I just did for you. I thought we was cool. We coming up. And I was just like, you know, I care enough about money to sustain myself, but why don't I feel I don't care as much about it as the average person, you know? Like, everyone's like, oh, I'm chasing the bag. And I'm just like, if I was being 100% honest with you, I only care about, like, my freedom. I only care about, you know, certain stuff. And I only care about the stuff that you get from money. I don't care about the actual money. So it's just like, So where's the fucking disconnect? I don't know. It just kind of just was up and out of nowhere, right? And then you have other people kind of just like telling me their 2 cents on it. And it's just like, I didn't ask you for that. The question I posed was to God. I posed the question to my spirit team. I didn't ask you to reflect on what your relationship with money is. I don't even know what your relationship with money is, but you're giving me money advice. You know? And then I came to my, me and money kind of made up and was just like, okay, I see what it is. For me, it was one, I realized that I didn't want to have such a negative attachment or such a codependent attachment when it comes to money, in a sense where I don't want to seem desperate for it. So it's like, okay, you starting to feel like you don't want to, you see how some people be desperate for money and you don't want to be like them. So now you're detaching yourself from money because you think that's going to fix the problem. And then it was just like, then I had my little pause and I was just like, well, you detaching yourself from money is not going to fix the problem. In fact, you still got to get up and go get money because you an independent woman, sweetheart. Once you don't walk down this road, you've been walking down this road for a long time now. You couldn't even go back into being codependent if you wanted to. You don't even know what it's like to be codependent. You never experienced that before. So let's try again. So then my spirit was just like, that was cute. I see what you did there. You tried to run away from me. Nope, let's try again. So what's the real issue with you and money? And then I was, okay, maybe it's not money. Maybe it's my job. I'm tired of working a job. And I don't want to work a career. And I'm tired of businesses. I'm tired of someone come talking to me about one more damn business. And that's how I felt. And I literally was shaking my dreads just like that. I was shaking my dreads. And I said, I'm tired of the businesses. And don't worry, I didn't get no hair in my pot. If my mom seen this video, she'll have an attitude. She hate when my hair is out in the kitchen. Like, not with my dreads, because my dreads can't shed. But when I used to have a big old afro, she didn't like it when my hair was out because it was somehow, some way, there'd be hair somewhere. Anyway. The point I'm trying to make was that, so after I had this little epiphany, this little thing, I realized, I was like, okay, here I go. I'm back at it with the businesses thing. Okay, so then my spirit was just like, okay, so it's not money directly. You ain't got no damn issues with money. You're not even a lazy, like you, I have my lazy moments. I have my lazy moments, but I'm hardworking as hell. Even if I know I'm taking a pay cut over 3 other people at my job who working less than me, I'm still gonna get them to do my job. I'll be like, oh, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I care what they got going on as long as it's like, as long as they well-being okay, that's all I really care about. As long as they well-being and their family not going through no crazy shit. Other than that, hey, I'm here to just do my job and I'm gonna leave. Are they well-being is in any danger? Are they causing any harm to anybody? Even if they wasn't causing harm to somebody else at work, I'm not a fucking security guard. I'm sorry, y'all. I digress. But the point I was trying to make was that I'm not really a lazy person as much as I be trying to act like I am. I'm pretty hardworking. So working for the money isn't the issue. I can't say that. It's the whole having a job and the whole pressure to feel like I needed to open a business, right? So then I was just like, okay, I'm so passionate about spirituality. I'm so far and so developed into my journey. I'm so proud of myself where I came from. I must have to start a business within spirituality. And that's when it hit me. And then that's how we got to where I'm at right now, right? That's how we got to this point. Because for a while, I was sitting here thinking about all these different ways I can go into business within the spiritual community. And it's like, and then my spirit was just telling me, like, you don't just have to make money within this community. And then I was like, no. It's not just I want to make money within the community. I want to help. I want to heal. I want to teach. And then in the car while I was driving, my spirit was just like, who told you you had to do that? Who told you you're a healer? Well, because I do this, I'm naturally good at that. I'm a healer. No. TikTok told you were a healer. Some people that you're watching on YouTube told you were a healer, and it's not that they're wrong, because they a lot of them are gifted as well, so they know how to describe them. They know how to describe them better than a book can. They can look at you and read you better than a book can, or rather better than a video can. They can read you better than some of your doctors who've been taking care of you, who've been watching you, who've been taking shots. There's some people who can read you better than that same doctor who been giving you shots and taking your physicals every year since you were a child. But that don't mean that they can tell you what your gifts are. Not all of them. And even if you have a gift of healing, who the hell told you that you were going into business as a healer? Did God tell you that? And that's when my spirit was just like. And then if my ancestors was down here in that car with me, if my ancestors was riding in that car with me, which I feel like they be with me a lot. But if my ancestors was in that car with me, they'd probably stop and pause and look at me too, like, did God have a secret conversation with you and then run it by the spirit team? And I was just driving the car just thinking like, did God, I don't remember him having that conversation telling me that I had to be a healer. I do remember I remember a long time ago when I realized I was a natural healer. I realized, but at the same time, I realized I was a natural nurturer. And then I'm just like, well, if that's the case, let's X healing out of the picture. I haven't cooked box rice in a minute, like because I've been trying to stay away. I used to like the rice that come in a bag and you just put it in the water, but I try to stay away from like the processed shit as much as I can. So I just started buying regular old school rice that come in like a bag. It takes longer to cook, but it's organic. It's not even organic. It's rice. That's how long it's supposed to take. I'm trying to slow down while I'm cooking anyway. Let me start by, what is it called? My gravy. So then I was just like, okay, so if God didn't tell me I had to be a healer, then I must be something else. And I went back to the drawing board. I sure did go back to that drawing board. And then I came back out. And I was like, okay, you know what? You know what I'm going to be? I'm going to be a reader. I'm going to read everybody's lives. And then it was just like, and then my spirit knocked me inside my head again. It was just like, first of all, we already had this conversation about you watching readings anyway. And that's like a whole different topic. It's kind of a funny thing. And I'm not against readings because I actually still watch readings. But my thing is I only watch particular readers. Once in a blue moon, I try to catch myself snooping around the tarot community, trying to find it. But then it's just like, and every single time my spirit knocked me inside my head and was just like, hey, I said no more. You watch the ones you watch. And then you watch the ones that we sent your way. And if they don't have nothing, if they don't have nothing you like or nothing that's calling you, then you just don't watch it because you're doing too much. Okay. And then not only that, it's like, because I can read. I'm actually pretty good at reading. And I would love to pull some energy off of this video. But it was just like, even when I was doing that, it was just like, you haven't practiced that enough. You haven't even, like, you don't even feel called to that enough to say that is your gift, or not even say that is your gift, to say that's what you're going into business as. Even like, because when I do read cards, naturally it is a gift, but it's a gift that also can be learned. Channeling is a gift. Reading cards can be taught. But I can teach you, but I'm going off topic. But at the same time, my spirit was just like, sure, you can go into that too. Go ahead, read palms too. My spirit was like, you can read palms, you can read cards, you can read eyeballs, You can read the way people walk. You can read people so well, you can tell when they're telling you a lie or telling you the truth. You can read people so well now, you can see their shadow in their light. You can see when some people haven't even touched, don't even know who their shadow is yet. And that's a gift, but that's not your business. And then when I heard that's a gift, but that's not your business, that means that literally that's not the business you're about to go into. That's not your business, because we ain't tell you to tap into that. And we ain't tell you to tap into that person's energy. And on top of that, that's not the business that, you know what? Let me put a lid over top of this, because I am shaking my hair kind of a lot over this rice. I'm done some of this water out. So it's like, not only is that not your business, that's still not the business we advise you to go into. So then I went back to the drawing board and I was like, oh, remember when I first got excited about this? And I bought all that spiritual tools. I bought the sage, I bought the incense, I bought the palo santo. I started making candles, like colored candles and all. I don't even do candle magic. I did it. I tried it a couple times, like for like my mental health. Not even for my mental health. Like I've tried it when I was started my healing journey, and I was so desperate to heal, and I was so tired of hurting, man. But I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can make candles and stuff like that. And now I have a ton, like probably like a couple $100 worth stuff that's just, it's literally right there. And I'm sitting there like, damn, what am I gonna do with this? You know? And then my spirit was just like, no, we're not tapping back into that yet. Not quite yet. And then it's just like, and I'm like, when I heard a not yet, I'm just like, okay, maybe that. But it's like not quite yet, because I haven't quite got it yet. And then I'm just sitting here thinking like, well, I don't know how what I'm supposed to go into business and do. How else I'm supposed to free myself and be like, step into my full authentic self, and then still make money, and then still like be connected to spirit. And then when I was in the car, the whole point like of kind of bringing back to what this topic, this message was about, was just like, it was just like, again, who told you that was the purpose of this journey? And then who told you that it was okay for you to sit up here and try to figure out what's in God's plans for you? You know? Maybe God just wanted you to buy all that merchandise, those spiritual tools, and all the other ideas you had for your online website, because he knew that this is where she's starting from, because this is where she's currently at in her journey. I was, at the time when I was buying all that, I was saging every day. I was actually into like divination tools. No, I wasn't really into divination yet. I was into saging, I was into plants and candles, but I was researching divination, but I wasn't into it yet, right? But I was interested enough to actually get up, make a website, like spend a lot of time creating a name and creating a logo. So when my website and my Etsy shop didn't really do sales, or when my attention got driven elsewhere, or when my attention got, you know what? I'm so mad. My bad, y'all. It's just the fact that I use tap water to make my gravy, and a while ago I stopped using tap water to cook with, because it's like I already stopped drinking. I stopped drinking tap water a long time ago, but I'm trying to get out the habit of cooking with tap water. If you know, you know, but it's okay. We live, we learn. So it's just like, so then I just came to the realization that me just sitting there and actually, like, it took me forever to come out with and figure out what type of products I wanted to sell. But what if God was just like, I just wanted you to come up with the name and come up with the logo and just make the website. I just wanted you to reserve that name, that logo, and that domain. I didn't know nothing about no YouTube before. I knew about YouTube. I didn't know I was going to try to make this into a YouTube channel. You know? And I'm only saying that to say that it's still a process. Damn, that rice do cook fast. Almost done. Sometimes I feel like we're trying to speed ahead in our journey, in our spiritual journey, because we see everyone else doing it. It's like, oh, when you're in this community, sometimes you can, it's interesting because you find other people in the community who's similar to you. And there's pros and cons into that, because one, you get a kind of a sense of relief that there's other people out there that's like me, who I can breathe. And it's just like, I didn't know what to do, but this person didn't either. And look, they started selling bracelets. They started selling crystals. It's working for them. I'm going to try it. I got a ton of crystals. Every once in a while, I have like, I'll carry like a couple crystals in my bag every once in a while. But I'm only drawn to, like, out of all the crystals I have, I'm probably only drawn to like 5 of them. And those same 5 crystals are like they're like my staples, you know? So now I'm also sitting here with a bunch of crystals and I'm just like, oh, I gotta get rid of these, kind of. Not because they're bad, it's just because my spirit don't feel the need for them. But I still had to go through that process, because this whole part of this journey was me finding who the hell I really was. So it was just like, if me going through, it's like, I even learned a lot about African spirituality, and I was like, I wanted to get into it so bad. I still am so interested into it, but it's just because my ego is, because it's something completely different than what I'm used to. But it's not authentic to my true self. I know it's not, because my spirit do not feel called. My spirit is not called for me to get into it. My ego is just interested. Right? So then I'm kind of just, you kind of just, it's like, so then I kind of just feel a little defeated in a sense, because it's just like, well, I don't want to go towards traditional business. I don't want the traditional way out. I came so far into my spiritual journey, and I'm so proud of where I'm at in my journey, and I just want to scream it from the top of my lungs. I want everyone to know. And then my ego was just like exposed. It was almost like somebody just took the hood off, and I was just like, oh. And my spirit team was like, there it is. That's what we wanted to hear. And then here come God, came back around the corner like, oh, so like the question I posed earlier, am I controlling this, or are you controlling this? Do you want my outcome, or you want yours? Because if you just want to scream it from the top of your lungs and let people know that you've healed up into this part, that you're so happy and you're so proud and you know so much, you can do that, but then you can't get my outcome. You'll get your outcome, and you don't even know what your outcome is, right? And that's why you have so much faith in me, and that's the only reason why you keep waking up and getting up and going to that place that you know I'm pulling you away from. That's why you keep getting up and going to those places that you know I'm pulling you away from. Not because, oh, this is part of the plan. I did this, so I work here, I shop there, I go there, I talk to them here, because this is part of my plan. Like, I planned all this. It's gonna happen like this, this, and this. And it's just like, God was like, no, I place you there. That's you. Yes, definitely you. We're gonna let you have that one. With them, yeah, I place you there too. But you feel my strings on you, and you feel me. You feel that energy. I'm pulling you in. And you're so intrigued. You try to act like you're not, but you're intrigued by the outcome I have for you. And this is what God is telling me. Like, you're more intrigued by the outcome that I have for you than the outcome that you have for yourself. But at the same time, you're scared to walk in the path that I told you to walk in. So now you're at a crossroad, and I knew you were going to end up at this crossroad. And that's exactly why I kept your spirit team on you, and I had to keep my close eyes on you. Because you were going to end up at this crossroad, at this fork. And when I'm telling you, take this path, it might seem like a traditional business. It might not seem like it's full of glitz and glams. But not only is it kind of riskier, it's going to be funner. In the end, it'll be safer, if that's what you're worried about, safety. But it's just like, if you're worrying about the rewards, of course it's going to be more rewarding at the end. I'm God. Like, that's why I feel like God is like how he be talking to me. Like, you're going to be good. And I don't really know where I'm going with this at this point, because I don't know. Sometimes you just have those moments. You just gotta sit and pause and just wait for your spirit to say to go, and stop trying to control it. Like, for some reason, it's like, okay, why do you still put out YouTube videos if you know that? Because I thought that when I was told to make the website, I was told to make the logo, I was told to come up with a name, come up with a slogan, make the YouTube channel, make the platforms, start putting out content. My only goal right now is to practice flowing. Not only was practicing me flowing, not only is me flowing, it's going to help me continue to step into my authentic self. This is part of the process. You have to practice first. God, like, I ain't gonna just throw you in that game. I could, but I had never seen you at practice before. We got a 5-star league here, ma'am. Like, God, like, look, we got a 5-star league out there. I don't know if you seen, I don't want to call me a competition, but I don't know if you checked in on the rest of the community every now and then when you can step away from yourself. But we got some good stuff. We got some good heat out here. And you know, because you came across some league members. Some of them is the part of the reason why they guided you to where you at right now. That's another reason why I couldn't even knock tarot readers. And you know why? Because the ones I watch, like, there's some of them you watch and they don't pray towards a certain God, and they don't necessarily like come from a religion or anything. Some of them just, you know, they read cards and they have their own practices. So some of them don't. They just read cards, which is fine. But some of the ones I watched consistently for years, they came from a certain religion, and they still followers of God. And they still talk about God as if he, you know, they like, well, we give all praise to him, you know. And that's also part of the reason what drew me back to God. And that message is just for someone who's just like, who feels some type of way about readers. But you gotta interpret it for yourself, to be honest. My gravy is getting dry. So I made the mistake. I don't know why I never do this. When I make my gravy, I always make it perfect every time. I use hot water or warm water, and you're always supposed to use cold water when you mix your gravy. When you use when you use dry mix, whatever. When you use gravy that's dry and you mix it with your liquids, the liquids are supposed to be cold, or you're going to get a lumpy gravy. I'm not no top chef, but I know a couple things. Okay, I know a couple things. And I know for a fact that I'm still going to eat this gravy. So, anyway. This is also an organic gravy, and I never ate organic gravy before, so this should be very, very interesting. I hope y'all understand where I was going with this message. My ego so bad. My ego so bad wanted to sit down and write down everything that I've understood and that I've downloaded in that car. But everything I understood so far has been, I communicated it. Whatever I did not say or I did not remember to say is because it was at the time, the message was just for me. That part of the message was for me. And at the same time, then it's just like, it wasn't as important to communicate, right? So I guess my little tidbit or my little advice would be is to stop trying to rush what God got going on. Damn, this is a lot of butter. This is why my chest be hurting at night sometimes. I'm just playing, but God, that is a lot of butter. Okay. Did y'all see that? Can y'all see? Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more off. I don't want y'all to judge me, but Lord, I need to chop up some onions to put it inside my gravy and in my spinach. But I'm gonna be honest, I might skip out on the onions tonight and just eat it as is. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I just like. But yeah, I hope y'all could. I hope y'all understood the point I was trying to make. Don't rush it. And on top of that, whatever it is for you and for me, however this unfolds, or whatever business or ways of making income, I don't even want to call it a business, because I can already know. I know some people, if you can resonate with this, and I already know how just that word it offends you. Like just that B word, just the word business kind of just makes you go like you're fucking tired of it. And it's not even that. It's just because of where we're at right now in our society, Everybody named Mama has a business. But there's really no other word to call it. Like, my business, I took God so seriously, y'all, that when he said come up with a name, a logo, a website, and a platform. Not even a platform. He told me, he said give me a name, a logo, a slogan, and make the platforms. And when I said business, God said, no, sweetie. I need an LLC and the business bank account. Even if you only can put $20 in there. Even if you only can put $200. Even if it's only $2,000. I'll put the rest of the zeros in there. I just need you to do this first, right? Step 1, complete. Step 2, he said start practicing. And I'm like, what am I don't know what I'm practicing for. I don't even know what you want me to do yet. You know? Am I a speaker? Do you want me to talk to the people? You want me to preach to the people? I'm supposed to preach. And then it was just like, I told you just to flow with it. And this is something that outside sources don't know either. Not only is God keeping your hidden talent, your hidden gifts, not only is he keeping it from you, he's keeping it from other people as well. So there's not even really no need for you going outside yourself trying to look for the answer for this one. Maybe for other things, especially when it comes to like some help within taking care of your body, your mind, your home, family, stuff like that. Maybe your finances. Look for help outside yourself, because the help is out there, okay? Especially the free help. There's free help nowadays. But when it comes to certain stuff like this, God, just like, well, I'm not going to say God. My spirit says, my spirit is just like, what you're looking for is it's not out there anyway. I feel like my ancestors are even sitting here like, they know what's up, but even like my ancestors is just like they know what's up, but at the same time, it's like an anticipation type of thing, you know? And I'm down for it. It doesn't quite fit, but we're going to make it work. Excuse me, keep burping. Yeah. So, we all just gonna have to see what the outcome is. But like I said, you remember step 1 was, so if you got the same step 1 as me, I guess your step 1 will kind of be to brainstorm. Don't worry too much about the background. Just while you're coming up with the name, your logo, and whatnot, keep a clear intention in mind. Keep a clear intention to just focus on what God's plan is. It's according to God's plan. Now, some people, I feel like some people, they already have insight about what their God's plan is, right? So you might be well far ahead, like compared to us. But if you like me and you just like, hey, just keep it simple. Focus on the name, logo, a slogan. Focus on some ideas about what you think you might want to get into. You ain't even got to go as far as to start researching shit. I know, like for me, I would love to sell merch. honestly. Like, I've worked in warehouses and stuff like that. I love the packages for the first half of my day, and then the rest of half of my day I can go chill and make plenty of money. Or I can package some packages and then probably make some videos and, you know, get the people going. You know, there was even a time where, like, just recently, I'm like, oh, I want to teach. I would love to teach. What though? And then it's just like, oh, spirituality. But it's like, even my spirit was just like, that's beautiful. That's cool. That's awesome. That's dope. But that's not it. My spirit was like, no, that ain't it either. I don't remember God telling you to be a teacher. You're not even in school for teaching. You in school for health science. And I was just like, you're right. Touche. Okay. But I'm gonna stop trying to force it. And I think I would advise you to, if you're in the same kind of energy. This is gonna take a long time, bro. You know what? I'm just gonna leave that like that. I'm gonna stop fucking with that. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop messing with that. You know what I'm gonna do? Wow, this rice actually turned out decent. I thought I was gonna mess it up. It's a little bit more mushier than I would like. I wanted rice, not mashed potatoes. But I think this rice is supposed to be light and fluffy, because that's what the box is. So I just feel like my rice a little hard. Oh no, it's still grainy, kind of like. I can fuck with it. I would love to make my own oracle cards. Like design them and everything. I think that'd be cool. So yeah, that's all I have. I'm not pulling no more cards. I just gotta shuffle the energy before I put them back where they belong. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna finish dinner. I'm going to finish dinner. I'm going to eat my dinner. I should study, but it's like the thing I'm studying for, it's important, but compared to everything else I got going on in life, it's not as important, you know, but it is important. So I'm going to get going, and I do actually have some schoolwork. I actually missed 3 assignments. Shh, don't tell nobody, but it's okay. I think I could turn them in late, and if I can't, then hell, I'm gonna do good on the next ones. And it's not my fault. I got a little cold, and I'm a baby when I get sick, and I have to take care of myself. So I baby myself. I'm so serious. I have to baby myself, so it's hard. It's hard being a baby and having to be the baby mama. So I hope that makes sense. Some of y'all understand. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming over. Don't be afraid next time you come over to the house. Bring your sleepover clothes. Like, why? Don't be like that. You can stay the night at least once or twice. Especially, I'm under the weather. Like, come on now. You didn't bring no soup. You didn't bring no tea. You don't care about me. Damn, that rhyme. I should be maybe I'm supposed to be a rapper. I'm just playing. I'm kind of tired. I can't wait to eat. I'm about to chill. And then I gotta work on, today's November 1st. I have to work on like my budget. Every first of the month I work on my budget. I work on like I kind of like plan out my meals, kind of. It's like slightly, I kind of like plan out what type of meals I want to make this month. My meal preps. I work on my goals, like what are some things I just have to get done in November. And just like stuff like that. My affirmations, every single month I come up with new affirmations to focus on. So yeah, like I said, thank y'all for sliding through. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for taking off your shoes when you got to the door, leaving all that negative energy out there. Don't worry though, sometimes it's gonna be times where I'm gonna let you bring in the negative energy, because we gonna work through that, trust me. But like I said, thank you for coming over. I love you, sunshine, lovely, baby. I don't know what to call y'all yet. I don't know. I'll come up with something. I will surely come up with something. But in the meantime, in between time, y'all see, I've gotten into 100 different careers in the past 6 months. But anyway, y'all, yeah, let me get out of here. Bye. So I almost was rude, y'all. I didn't show y'all the finished product. So we just got some rice and gravy, the spinach, and then the fish. Can y'all believe that each piece was like, that was what's inside of the bag? Like, each big old bag had this one little piece of fish in there. So I'm glad I made both of them, because Lord, I would have been hungry. But you see, it looked good. I feel like it's gonna taste good. But I could have put a little bit of onions up in there. You know, just little onions and garlic. But your girls, I was feeling a little lazy, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah. So I just wanted to share this with y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.